Have you ever looked up into the night sky and seen something that you just can't explain? What about feeling a sense of dread so heavy that it feels like something terrible is about to happen? These experiences, while unsettling, are shared by many people around the world who have encountered mysterious phenomena that defy rational explanation. One of the most intriguing examples is the legend of Mothman, a winged humanoid creature that has been spotted around the world, often appearing as an omen of impending disaster. While skeptics may dismiss these encounters as mere flights of fancy or misidentification, there are some stories that stand out as particularly compelling and disturbing. So, let's talk about this phenomenon and see if we can get to the bottom of what might really be going on here. Before we continue, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos. But first, let's start with the most famous case of Mothman ever recorded, which took place in the 1960s in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It all started on November 12, 1966, when two young couples claimed to have seen a strange man-like creature standing on a TNT. Contained area near the Silver Bridge, which crosses the Ohio River between Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and Gallipolis, Ohio. The creature was described as being between 6 and 7 feet tall, with huge wings that looked like those of a moth or an insect. According to the witness, the creature stared at them for a few moments with its glowing red eyes and then disappeared into the darkness. Over the next few weeks, similar sightings began to occur with increasing frequency, and soon the entire town was buzzing with rumors of a strange creature haunting their streets and forests. The local newspaper, the Point Pleasant Register, began running stories about the sightings, which only added to the hysteria. The creature became known as the Mothman, and it seemed to become more active as the days went by. Then, on December 9, 1966, 4 local police officers claimed to have encountered the Mothman while on patrol near the bridge. One of the officers even fired several shots at the creature, but they only seemed to anger it, and it flew away with a loud screech. As the sightings continued, the townspeople grew increasingly worried, convinced that the Mothman was some kind of harbinger of doom, and their fears were realized on December 15, 1967, when the Silver Bridge suddenly collapsed during evening rush hour, killing 46 people. While the Mothman was never directly responsible for the bridge's collapse, the timing of the sightings led many to believe that the creature had somehow caused the accident or at least foreseen it in some way. After the tragedy, the sightings of the Mothman seemed to disappear, leaving behind a legacy of fear and mystery that has lasted for decades. As we continue to explore these mysteries, it is essential to approach them with an open mind, embracing the unknown and acknowledging that there are things beyond our current understanding. By doing so, we can appreciate the wonder and intrigue that these creatures bring to our world. Chernobyl and the Black Bird of Doom. In April 1986, the world witnessed one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Soviet Ukraine exploded during a safety test, releasing radioactive material across Europe. The consequences were catastrophic, with long-term effects still felt today. But in the weeks leading up to the disaster, workers at the plant and residents in the nearby city of Pripyat began to report strange occurrences. Several employees claimed to have seen a dark-winged figure flying near Reactor 4. It had large, glowing red eyes, and some said it resembled a man-sized bat or bird. These sightings were accompanied by disturbing dreams, unexplained phone calls, and a growing sense of unease. After the explosion, the witnesses described the figure as a warning, a dark omen that had tried to signal impending doom. The creature was later dubbed the Black Bird of Chernobyl. Strangely, after the explosion, the sightings ceased completely, much like the pattern seen in Point Pleasant. Some researchers and cryptid enthusiasts have pointed out the similarities between the Black Bird and the Mothman. Both appear shortly before major tragedies. Both are winged humanoids with red eyes, and both vanish once disaster strikes. This has led to theories that the two may be manifestations of the same entity, or perhaps interdimensional beings that feed off or respond to human catastrophe. When we look at these stories side by side, Mothman before a bridge collapse, and the Black Bird before nuclear meltdown, a pattern begins to emerge. These are not just tales of monsters in the dark. They are accounts of beings tied to tragedy, appearing at the edge of human understanding. Are these entities psychic projections of fear and stress? Guardians or omens trying to warn us? Beings from another dimension, visible only under extreme conditions? Or simply legends born from chaos, created by the human need to find meaning in catastrophe? Science may never have a definitive answer, but as long as disasters occur, and as long as people look toward the skies or into the shadows and see something they cannot explain, these stories will endure. Because every time the world holds its breath, something might be watching. Not all warnings come with sound.